Okay, so a while ago, even before the Easter break, we talked about telling the time. I hope you remember. This time, or this week better, we will revise that a bit, and we will add something, which is talking about the day. What day is it today? So you will need the same handout as you used all those weeks ago. Yeah. So that's the handout for the 6, asking for and giving directions, month, season, telling the time, and so on. So you will find this handout, which you can see here on SmartScore. So in the folder of week 9, you will find this handout, and you we start at this page here, so page 15. Yeah. So I will now show you PowerPoint, but you can follow along. So you take this handout, you follow along, and you will have to write down something once in a while, make some exercises, and so on. Okay, so let's have a look at our PowerPoint. So let's start with having a look at the months of the year and the seasons. Yeah, probably, well, you know most of them, maybe all of them, but let's have a look. So clearly the trees represent 4 seasons, so let's start with that. Yeah, maybe you know the names. If you do, you write them down. Some are very similar to the Dutch words. And then there are 12 pictures, 12 months of the year. Yeah. So try to write down as many of these names of the months as you can, yeah, as you already know. The more the better, but if you are unsure about some, that's not a problem at all. So I suggest that you stop the video here, you make this exercise first, and then we will have a look together at the correct answers. Before I do so, just a reminder, mind your spelling. Yeah, mind your spelling when writing down the names of the months and of the seasons. So I hope you took some time to do the exercise and that it worked out well, or well, as good as possible. So let's now have a look at the correct answers. So months of the year, sorry. The first month is January, and as I said, important is spelling, so you use a capital letter, yeah, for all months, capital letter. Then we have the second month, Carnival, February. Then there's March, April. Now it's May. Then June, when we often have exams, but not this year. And then we have 2 months of vacation, summer vacation, July and August. Then we go back to school in September. There's October, November. We have Halloween, for instance, and December, Christmas. And then we'll have a look at 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and autumn or fall. Yeah? As you can see, there's no capital letter here. So no capital letters, or you don't use capital letters when writing names of the seasons, but you do when you write down the names of the months. Yeah, so don't forget about that. And actually, yeah, that's here again. Yeah, so you use a small letter for seasons, but months of the year, capital letter, and also, but we already saw that. That's a recapitulation. Capital letter for days of the week, for instance, Tuesday, Monday, whatever of the 7 days. We're talking about capital letter. Now then we come to the second part, so make sure to follow along on the handout you have. Saying and writing the date. Yeah. So you have a few options few possibilities to write a date. So have a good look at these 3 ways to write dates. And then there are 2 main options to say the date. The first one is the British version. Second one is the American version. So British people would say, for instance, the 29th of August 2015. Yeah? While American people would say August the 29th, 2015, or August 29th, 2015. So you can add the, but you can also drop it. Ja? Dus je mag daar kiezen. So let's focus on the British version, British way to say a date. Well, as you can see, there's a the and there's an off. Yeah, you can't see that. For instance, if you look at this written version, the and the off isn't there, but you've got to say it. Otherwise, it might sound a little weird. Ja, dus als je dat zou in het Engels zeg je gewoon 29th August 2015, dan zouden ze meteen horen dat je geen native speaker en dus dat je het Engels niet als moedertaal hebt. Dat klinkt een beetje raar. So you always say, or you always add the and off. Yeah. So let's break that up. What do we need if we want to say or write, especially say the date? So first of all, 29th, maybe you remember what kind of number that is. We already saw that in the previous unit, unit 5. So you also have, for instance, the first, the second, and so on. That's an ordinal number. Ordinals or ordinal number. Dus dat is een rangtaalwoord. Eerste, tweede, derde in het Nederlands. This is recapitulation. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to revise this for a bit. So ordinal numbers. Write down the full version of these numbers you see here. Yeah. For instance, first, I already said that. It's written like that, but you write it like this. Now you have second, third, and so on. So all the others are, well, it's up to you to add the full written version. Ja? Dus je kijkt eens naar al die ordinal numbers, rangtaalwoorden, en je schrijft de volledige versie uit. So good, take some time to do that. I'm going to move on, but I suggest that you again pause the video for a few minutes and first make the exercise. If you have done that, we have a look at the second part we will need to talk about the date. And the second thing is, of course, the month. Yeah, so we already had a look at those on the previous page, the months of the year. And then, of course, the year itself. Yeah. Again, there are sometimes a few options to say the year, to pronounce it. Well, in this case, there's actually one option, 1600, 1805. Yeah, so O, dus het 0, wordt eigenlijk daar als O uitgesproken, 1805. 1805 zeggen wij, daar O. 1983, 2000. Yeah. But then, for instance, you could say 2002 or 2002. And the O again, 2002. Dus je splitst dat eigenlijk op, 20. Ja, en dan ga je het tweede deeltje ook nog eens apart zeggen. O2. En zoals ik al net heb gezegd, die 0 wordt uitgesproken in een datum van een jaar als O. Another example, 2012 or 20. So first part and then second part 12. Yeah. Now it's 2020 or 2020, for instance. Yeah. 2 options there. Last remark, some theory on prepositions, voorzetsels. So remember, if you talk about a year, Yeah, for instance, 1999. In a sentence, you would say in 1999. They were married in 1999. Or I was born in 2004. When you're talking about a month, you also use in. My party is in August. I was born in April. But then, and that's an important difference, so mind is difference. If you talk about a complete date, for instance, the 12th of May 2000, you would say on the 12th of May 2000. Or on the 29th of April 1988, something like that. Also remember, it's been a while. If you talk about the time, yeah, for instance, I'm meeting her at 8 o'clock, so use at. Yeah? At noon, at 8 o'clock, at 11:05, and so on. Okay, so let's get some practice now. Listen very carefully. I will tell you some number of dates, and you will write them down. Yeah, first in numbers, so just like this, on the first line right here. So you can find this exact same exercise in your handout. So the first date is the 12th of May, 1975. So the 12th of May, 1975. Second one, December the 31st, 2030. December the 31st, 2030. Third example, the 7th of February, 1938. The 7th of February, 1938. And then the last example, June 19th, 1605. So June 19th, 1605. And so make sure to write those dates down right here. Afterwards, yeah, have another look at them, and then you write them in full. How would you say that? Yeah. And I'm going to ask you to well, not use the version I used. So for instance, in the first example, I said the date in British English. Then I would like you to write it down as you would say it in American English. Ja, dus als ik de datum in het Brits Engels heb gezegd, dan schrijf jij hem neer het Amerikaans Engels en omgekeerd. Bij B heb ik de Amerikaanse versie gebruikt, dan ga jij de Britse versie, de Britse manier van het te zeggen, neerschrijven. Okay, we will correct this exercise in class. Yeah, so I will check if you made it, and now we will have a look at it together. So that's for the PowerPoint, so more theory part on dates and months for now. We will make the remainder, the rest of the exercises on the handout together in class. Now, well, there are three exercises on book widgets. So revision of the telling time. Then there's something, an exercise on prepositions, woordzetsels. And then finally on saying and writing down dates as you actually did right now. So make these exercises and well, of course, I will check if that's clear for everyone. And then again, we will revise this. We will get back to this in class. Okay, good luck and see you soon.